All right. Extra special episode coming to you live from Podcast Studio Austin. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to my boys over at Squatch Frontier Fitness. They're making this possible with an amazing space. Anybody, if you were ever in Austin, you have the time to come around to Squatch Fitness. People know it from all around the world. People come from all over this country to work out at this gym, and it's one of the coolest communities you're ever going to be a part of. I hold them near and dear to my heart. They're not a sponsor or anything like that. They're just somebody I love, and they make this possible for us. So shout out to them. And this episode has been a long time coming. I have one of my bestest friends in the world in here. He has been here through very much the beginning of a lot of I Am Redemption stuff and what I've been doing. He came in from out in California. Mike, the Mr. Multifaceted Monster. How are we doing, sir?
Man, fucking great. It's been a long time coming. I'm grateful for this episode. I'm grateful to be your only black friend, for the record. I freaking love you, dog. This has been a minute, and I'm doing good, man. It's a warm welcome to Texas for sure.
Hell yeah, dude. I know we've been trying to get you here for a while and just travel schedules and everything, so it's been a long time coming, and this is a really cool and unique time for you to be here, so it worked out perfect. Worked out perfect for me, so
yeah.
We finally get to sit down. So for those that anybody that follows me or seen my content, usually they've seen us do some stuff together.
Yeah.
Always around whenever we're in the same state, but just a little bit brief history of like who you are, what you're about.
Word. So I am Multifaceted Monster, as you said. I'm an alternative rap artist. I don't fall under the, genre of hip hop because I allow myself to just create whatever I want to create without really any limits. That's the multifaceted part, as we are as humans. And I created that lane and created that genre just to be able to make my music and make it from a place of whatever. I'm in recovery, artist in recovery. My sobriety date is October 18th of 2023. I always have to think about that shit when I say it because it's been so long. It's never been this long of being sober. And artist in recovery and just fucking creative that just wants to push forward as far as I can with every aspect of life and just go to that extreme, like get sober, but then what?
Right.
And that's, you already know that's the philosophy that we really kind of met and stood on, is being able to, now I'm sober and now what?
Right. So real quick, just to paint a picture to let people know, back in your darkest days, alcohol was your primary, right?
Primary, yes.
Primary. So back in your darkest days, take us back, paint us a picture. What did rock bottom look like for you?
Rock bottom looked like a 51-50 hold for sure. Some points 52-50 holds. And specifically, I remember one of my worst days before getting sober this time was a mattress, not even the full box spring bed. It was like just a mattress on an apartment floor, surrounded by 99 bananas bottles, prescription pill bottles, whether it's like some were blood pressure, some were like Tylenol, some were different like depression meds, just surrounded. And I was in this apartment where me and my ex used to live together, ex now, and I remember just like I was like, this is how I'm gonna die. Like my apartment had become my tomb because I figured out that they DoorDash liquor.
Oh.
So yeah, well, I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to deal with people no more.
I never even thought about that. I've been out of the game. I've been out of the game since that. I never even thought about that till right. Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah, but even like as stupid as I was, like in addiction, like I would DoorDash some shit. And then while I was waiting, I'll go drive to the liquor store down the street. I swear, like just no logical shit whatsoever.
And you're probably spending more on the DoorDash than you are the actual liquor.
The delivery fee is probably more than the bottle.
Damn.
But yeah, it was at that point I was like isolated from all family, friends. Or at least in my mind I was. I think they were still there for me, but I was just very much like didn't want to live, didn't want to die, didn't know how to live. And just was miserable, but I also kind of held people hostage because at that point I learned how to like weaponize suicide or at least suicidal threats. Like I remember sending a text message to my ex of when we broke up, like with a knife to my throat. Like, fine, you're gonna leave me, then this is what it's gonna be. And then of course the police and the sheriffs and shit showed up at the door, but just like terrorizing, maybe not abusive physically, but definitely emotionally and mentally to like everybody in my life at that point.
Number one, that's big because a lot of people won't admit that. You know what I mean? So to be at a place in life where you're taking that type of responsibility is a a good thing, man. And I know you've never shied away from where you came from, and even using it in some of your music videos, kind of depicting where you came from, and definitely the messaging of where you've been, dude. You've always been open and vulnerable with that stuff, and so I'll never forget. I came out to California, and I came to one of the events. We were at the Hopeaholics events. It just happened to be you were the musical artist there, and so I was stoked to be out in Cali the first time. Right. I'm out in LA, I'm out in Orange County, it's all glamorous. Now I'm going to a show. Oh, there's a rapper. I'm like, oh, this is great.
Right, yeah.
And so I hooked up with you and Pollux over there.
Yeah.
Castor Pollux, am I saying it the right way?
Yeah.
Originally started talking with him, talked with you a little bit there.
Yeah.
And then came back to Texas, and I was all about coming out there and making connections and just trying to find similar-minded people. Right. And I was kind of riding a vibe and a high at the time. I was doing kind of being part of my first event. Yeah. And I just, on a whim, invited you guys out, and you were the only one that took the bait, bro. You're the only one in Cali. I know Castor couldn't make it, and but I'll kind of let you take it. You take it from there. But that was our first interaction of my first time seeing you or figuring out who the Multifaceted Monster was.
Yeah, it was wild because he was talking to the homie at the Hopeaholics event. That was one of their Recovery Out Loud events, and he came up to me. He's like, "Oh man, this dude from Texas." He's talking about like he has this. I think at that point you were doing the Sober By event at the Sober Fest, and he told me about it, and then he was like, we ended up chopping it up, and the vibe was all good, and I'm like, cool. And I think later on you hit me up about coming out there, and I was like, the whole cast room was like, I'm down, and he kind of told me, he's like, I'm down. He's like, let's go out there. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. I'm kind of like, I got vacation time from work. I don't give a fuck. So like, let's roll. And he wasn't able to make it later on, but we ended up just chopping it up. And I'm like, we didn't know each other except for that 5-minute interaction we had. So I'm literally like, I'm about to jump on a plane where I know I'm going to be the only black person surrounded by white people in Texas. Good old Texas.
You go stay at this white man's house where I have no idea who he is.
Stay at this white man. I'm like, and had I seen the movie Get Out at that point? I'm trying to think if I had seen that. That might have influenced my hesitations. No, but you kind of know when you like, at that point I like had been sober enough where I learned to trust my intuition. And we talked about that shit earlier. Like being able to trust your intuition where it's like, when it's good vibes, like we're on our mission. You see other people on their mission as well. And it kind of just, you recognize each other where it's like, let's just fucking push. And like, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And I was telling my girl at the time, like, she's like, you're gonna go out there? I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm about to just roll and like just see what happens. And it turned out being like a great choice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. For me, I know coming out to Cali or doing all that, that was a lot of my first step as far as getting my feet wet in social media and really starting to push the name I Am Redemption and the podcast and I was just taking any opportunity that I could. But I know very much at that time in my life, I felt alone on an island. Like I was the only one out here pushing this mission or this dream, and I felt like I was taking this ulterior route because people were looking at me crazy. I was working in the recovery industry. I'm making good money, but now I'm going to leave and do a podcast, and now I'm this and that. And so to meet you, who's also on the musical journey, and taking this ulterior route to employment, not a regular 9-to-5 job, but chasing a dream,
right?
You know what I mean? And I think Creechy, both of us mutual friends with our boy Creechy, and he says something, dude, that's always hit home with me. And as far as when it comes to rappers or anything, it's like, it's cool to be a rapper until you're, I forget how he said it, but it's cool to be a rapper until you're in your 30s. You know what I mean? When you're in your 30s and you're talking about chasing your dream, people start looking at, if you're a teenager, your 20s, people look at you one way. Once you're in your 30s and you make people look at crazy, but that's Eminem, there's a lot of people that never popped until then. And so that's the uncomfortability of not quitting. And so that's why I think I've always been able to identify with you and Creechy and understand, and not everybody understands the dream we're chasing, but that's why they'll never attain it either.
Right. And I feel like rap is like the only genre that gets fucking ageism, where it's like by this certain age, because you have someone who's a country singer who's like way up in their 50s, and they're like, and they sold out concert, it's like blowing up, but it's like rap, regardless of race, where they're like across the board, it's just like, oh, well, you're 30, it's time to like get a regular job, hanging that up. And mind you, I still have a regular job. I still have a day job. Like that shit funds a lot of this shit, everything that I do.
Right.
So I don't knock it. I just didn't want to be a starving artist. But It's funny, like, because you only are able to, we're the only genre that gets like age.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, so it's wild to me because I don't really hear it nowhere else. But what's interesting is you meet other rappers that are usually like you mature and learn some shit by the time you're in your 30s. So like when you're 18, 19, 20, you're still kind of like, you're not thinking about getting an LLC or a trademark or nonprofit. Like you're not thinking about the business side of music. I feel like after in your 30s, you kind of learn some shit. You learn the ups and downs of life. And like, okay, I could get along and like vibe with people that are gonna take care of business because it's not really important to people until shit pops off.
Right.
So it's like, oh, I don't got to take care of like copyrights or publishing or none of that shit. Like we don't think about that until it's like a platinum song or some shit. Then it's like you fuck around, it's too late or whatever. But being able to get along with other artists that are on that same path and just people in business like yourself as well, like the creative way of figuring out life, where it's like you're not going down that path, especially in recovery. I feel like, because you had mentioned when we're in recovery, like you're expected to be this one way of thinking, this one track mind, and it can be real limiting. Like, and I think my foundation is the 12 steps. It's like AA and shit, but there's like the sobriety, but then what? And I don't like. Sometimes it's just like, oh, just focus on your recovery and then these are the promises that will come out. And mind you, I don't want to misquote it or shit and I'm not bashing it off. Fucking 12 steps saved my life. So somebody might see the fucking clip and take it out of context, but fuck them. But just looking at the foundation of sobriety, but now what? Like, I want to pursue my life because one day I'm going to be in the casket. Yep. One day this shit is over with. So that's why every moment I'm like so passionate about and I'm so like intensely, and sometimes people may see it as anger when I'm like short-tempered about like dealing with people that are like bullshitting. So I'm like, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna be gone fucking tomorrow. So like I don't have time to play. And we're both like, that's why we get along. Like you're passionate about the shit where it's like, it's all love. It's like I'll help whoever I can, do whatever I could do, but like do not fucking impede my progress. It's like do not get in my way. And it's interesting because like when you're in recovery, like sometimes they're like, just focus on this, just focus on being sobriety. I'm like, yeah, okay, now I'm not fucking strung out. I'm not out of my mind. So I want to focus on use the gifts that I have. Right. They're not going to be able to see your vision. That's why it's like, okay, just be happy with getting a job. Be happy with this. Be happy with that. And you're like, no, I have this shit that's like, you're having a fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like, the average person is like, they're not having a fucking movie made about them. And like, this is a mission when we first met you told me about. And like, for it to now be happening. It's like fucking wild.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy, dog. I don't even want to. I'm still trying to process all that. But, bro, to meet somebody and to immediately identify somebody else that's out here chasing a dream and somebody that's willing, that understands the work that it takes and the fucking countless days of thinking should you quit? Am I crazy for doing this? Yeah. All this stuff, but continuing to persevere. You know what I mean? And that's where, you know, you guys say it very well of you know, we're sober and then now what?
You're right.
And that's really where I saw a lot of growth in myself as a person and my life and everything was when I truly understood about the recovery bubble and then understanding that my recovery or the 12 steps, the program is a tool. I need to stop making it my world.
Absolutely.
And so for everybody that's sitting there of like, yeah, just get sober, like there is a time in life and sobriety when, yes, getting sober is the biggest mountain you've ever looked at, attempted to climb and everything like that. But the whole thought process of, you know what I mean? And I get it. You get over that hump and then you go around and you start helping other people. Right. Which will enrich your life. But there's other aspects to it. And I don't know, the program got me back to where I could live a life and now it's on me to go live that life. Right. And find all these things. And so, you know, the very first day you come flying in and I remember shooting out the text of like, hey, we're doing a ruck march tomorrow morning and like that. And then you, to your credit, you, Teresa, Amy, like the original crew, like all showed up and we bonded on that day. And it just goes to show, you know, we're all recovery people. We're all different walks of life. We live in different places of the country. Right. But one day, the first day we all meet, we go out and we do something hard. We do an 8 or a 10 mile ruck or whatever. Yeah. Overcome some adversity together. And then by the time it came to the event, we were fucking tight as shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so that right there is like, you know, you want to talk about community or camaraderie and all that. And I never got that when I didn't have that type of camaraderie in any AA meeting. No fault to the AA meeting, but there's no overcoming adversity factor there physically. So it was just cool how it transitioned, and then we all connected, and then what we've watched it all kind of come to for after that. And because I think we are a group of people that all see and understand, like, we all rise together.
Yeah.
It's all in our best interest, because the more cool shit that you go out and do in the world, and fucking your music hits and your following grows and more people know who you are, and you come back around me, then they know each other. Same thing for me. I go out here and do all that. They see us fucking with each other. They're like, oh, they're doing stuff together.
Right.
And like, we're all stronger and growing together. And unfortunately, not everybody has felt like that along the way or feels like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad that we continued on the track that we did.
100%, dude. Like, it's, we said about it earlier, like, people may want what you have, and they don't want to put in the effort that you're putting in. And it's like, shit looks good, and like, but putting in the effort and putting in the work, a lot of people don't want to do that. And they're just like, I'm all about that collaborative energy, where I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you benefit off me, cool. But it's like, let's push together. And like, that's the part that I love. It's like, and you're able to kind of weed people out like relatively quickly. And I've found for me, it is harder to do that when I'm like deeply immersed into like the recovery world, because the purpose is like, you help the next person struggling, which, yes, I believe when it comes to like the steps itself, that part, yeah, like, or direct them to somebody who can. But like, when you start getting the business part and like the creative aspect of it, like, I've learned that like, you have to kind of not blend both worlds together per se. Sometimes it does, but there's times where you need to like separate the
100%.
business from the like, okay, I'm gonna help you find a sponsor versus like, I'm gonna do something collaborative with you, like, that is attached to like the business. Like, it's learning how to differentiate that. And for a while I felt like if I differentiate that, like, I'm a bad person somehow. And it wasn't until I started doing like the therapy shit too, in addition to the recovery, that I'm like, all right, it's just setting boundaries. And I'm so, when you're active in addiction, like, I'm just not used to doing that. Like, I felt like an asshole or a selfish person for setting boundaries, when it's like, no, I can help you how I can, but I'm not gonna like do it to my detriment. And like, you figure out the people that don't take that shit personally along the way, you're like, it is what it is. Because I refuse to live with regret of like, oh, well, I could have this. I don't want to be that person that had potential. And like, looking at it like, damn, I could have, should have, would have, but I did this stupid decision and then threw everything away, which, you know how easy that shit is to do. And I'm like, it's fucking crazy.
It's been an interesting time, especially as of late, because there's been, I've had to come to terms with some things. It's like, there's people that I've always thought would always be here, and always be in my corner, always be part of the team and all that stuff. And I look around right now, and there's some people that aren't part of the team, and so I've had to come to terms with, like, not everybody's meant to be on the entire journey. You know what I mean? I may not have been meant to be part of their entire journey. They may not have been meant to be mine. But the one thing I know in all this, and the only differentiation. The only thing that differentiates me between anybody else, I would say, is the fact that I don't know if it's hard-headed or what, I just didn't quit. Just like you just didn't quit.
Yeah.
And so really focusing on and pouring into the people that are still around here, and being okay that they're not. But I just heard an interview, and I needed it right when I heard it too, and it was Snoop Dogg. And Snoop Dogg was talking about his come up. And he was saying how he had continued to grow and push and work, and he continued to do that. And there were a lot of people in his life that didn't do the same thing. And so he continued to ascend. And then he started noticing that every time he would go back down, he would have to lower himself to try to bring them back up, and it would catch him up. And so he talked about closing the gap. And so you have to be around new people for you to continue to grow. And that when you go and people aren't willing to come to this thing, and you're going back trying to close this gap, all you're doing every time is lowering yourself. And so it is, once you think about it like that, it's like, damn, dude, like with I Am Redemption, with your music career, with everything you're doing, it's like, dude, I've built and put so many blood, sweat, and tears in this. There's not a person on earth that I'm going to sacrifice this for, but I'm also the person that is going to be there to help somebody and all that.
Right.
So it's like, I know the value of my time, where I don't have time to chase you.
No,
right?
Refuse.
If you're still struggling with that decision of like, am I going to get high today and stuff like that? Like, there's places where I'm here for a phone call or anything. I can get you plugged in the community, but there's something you need to go to the 12 steps. You need to get.
I would drive you to a detox.
Right.
Like if that's the route you want to go, yeah.
Right. But as far as like my inner circle, people I allow to be around this, people that I consider part of the team, people I'm allowed to volunteer with my nonprofit, like those are all things I'm not going to sacrifice, like because I hold this near and dear and I'm going to protect it with everything I got.
Yeah, because it doesn't just affect you; it affects wifey, it affects the family. Like you can't. So it's like our job is that protection. It's like protecting the dream, protecting whoever is invested in it as well, because they're putting their time and effort into it as well. So it's like you have to answer to those people that are in your inner circle, and then answer to yourself. Like looking in the mirror, like, damn, if I allow one person a foolish decision, because it's so easy to feel like, at least, and you could tell me if you felt like this too, when I was like in the amends process, making amends and shit and trying to live better, part of me will always feel like when I'm doing good or like shit is happening like how it is now, I would feel like that little bit of guilt will kind of creep up. Where it's like, well, you did this and this and that in your addiction, or you were this way and you hurt people in this manner. Part of like me will like subtly, if I don't check it, will start self-sabotaging, like allowing certain people or allowing mistreatment or allowing bullshit into my life, just slowly, until like I'm like, oh fuck, like I need to get this away from me, or I need to back away from this and make the amends later. But if you don't keep it in check, like set those boundaries like you're talking about, we start self-sabotaging. And it's like build up all this shit just to fucking throw it away because of an emotion. That's why we have to like, a lot of times I'll like shut the emotional part off. I'm like, I have to logically look at this shit. Like, does this make sense with all the time and money and countless hours that I've invested in it for me to allow somebody else to fuck it up just because of whatever? And it's never worth it.
Right.
Because it's like, I don't want to fucking look back like, damn, I could have did this. And like, the future is too bright and like the moment is too bright.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm not throwing that shit away because of whatever. And sometimes it makes you seem cold or selfish to other people, but it's like, I'd rather be that than a doormat that fucking didn't live through his dreams. I'd rather be perceived as an asshole, which we both know that we're not. Like we know that we show love, we know kindness, compassion and all that shit. It's like also having boundaries. And I think a lot of times, most people are not used to setting boundaries or having boundaries enforced or whatever. And then this quote that I heard, people resist you changing because the ways that they use to manipulate you stop working. It's like that's a lot of times we'll get that resistance and then maybe people closest to us or whatever. But I've even, when it comes to like blood family, I've had to like back up because I'm like, me being around you brings out a certain part of me that was that old person with these old behaviors. And I love you, but I'm like, I'm not willing to throw away what I'm building. Because of that old connection. Like, because when you start healing, you start changing the dynamics of relationships and shit. People are not used to this version of Shawn. They're used to like strung out, like, oh, I can manipulate him and say certain shit and then he's gonna react a certain way type of shit. Same thing with me. They're used to this old version. They don't know how to respond to you. Like a healthy version, an ambitious person, a person that's taking care of business, handling shit. So it's like, it's easier said than done, but like being able to set those boundaries, like, even if I can't fuck with you right now, but I can't sacrifice it for this dream.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not willing to.
Right. So going back with the music, when did you start getting into hip hop? When did you start rapping? And then how was that obviously affected through your bad times and your alcoholism?
I started, it's probably been over 15 years at this point, but I started off writing poetry. Like it was just writing poems, like writing stuff in rhyming schemes. And then I was around these older fools, and like a bunch of fools were like some street dudes and shit. And I just looked up to them, and they were always rapping and shit. I'm like, I kind of saw it was the same thing as poetry, just on a beat. So I started getting into it, and I didn't really think nothing of it. It was more like back in the day, like SoundCloud type shit, where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna write my rhymes and like being around people. But I started drinking at about 15. So like around when I started rapping, I also was like drinking within the same like time window, not exactly the same time. So I was always kind of like of the mindset of pain makes for the greatest art, or pain makes for the greatest art. And I grew up on like D12 and shit like that. So I was like seeing these fucking videos, like that's when it was like MTV and shit. It was like blue and yellow, purple pills and all that shit. Like the videos were like, a lot of it was like, I was like, oh, these fools are drug addicts and they're famous. Like, so that was kind of like my influence growing up.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
like, so that was like just seeing people that were on shit. And you don't fucking know at the time when you're a kid, but that definitely stayed with me. And then the idea that pain makes for the greatest art, I always would believe that if I was happy, then I would make music that sucked.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, in hindsight, I'm looking at it now, self-sabotage myself when it came to relationships, when it came to just like everything, jobs, whatever. I would just self-sabotage in order to create that misery that I needed in order for me to like make good music. So just growing up throughout life, it just got better and better at it and started like rapping more and start actually doing shows and shit and like showing up to shit, but still being that same drunk. I would show up drunk, dropping the mic, performing. I've done like all type of wild shit. And it stopped for a minute because I was just like, I'm gonna just go to work. Like this shit, I'm not gonna go anywhere with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then that ageism shit started hitting in too, where I was like, oh, I'm getting too old for this shit. I just gotta get a regular job and just stick with it. But I couldn't hold on to a job either because the alcoholism transferred to that too. So a couple bouts of rehab, like I've been 3 times. The first time it was just like, I just kind of want to save face. Second time was kind of like, I wanted to get clean and sober, but save face also. And this, mind you, during this time frame, I'm like not really rapping because I'm like, I can't even fucking function in regular life. So I'm like, let alone show up to do anything. And I didn't think it was a possibility for me. And it was about 3 years ago now. Yeah, about 3 years ago now, like when I got sober, or close to 3 years, I'm sorry, because I haven't been sober 3 years yet. But it was about 3 years where I started kind of like, I'm going to do this shit as Multifaceted Monster. And I'm like, I'm going to like take this shit serious and like actually start grinding with it. And I actually started doing it even though I was still drinking at the time. And it's opened up a lot of wild doors, like since I've been clean. Because I started off drinking still because I was still twisted, but it allowed me to like express my shit where I'm like, my music is like a journal to me. Like even to this day, it's more like, it's still poetry. It's still like a journal. It's like a way of expression, like very therapeutic. And I think that for me, that's why I still work my job. Because if I am making, I want the music to make money. Don't get me wrong when I say this. But I don't want to like be a starving artist to where I have to make shit that I think this is going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Versus like, this is what's on my mind right now. This is what's on my heart. This is what facet of my life I want to express right now. And it kind of just gives me that opportunity, that outlet to just like, it's honestly another way of being of service for me too. Because I don't really sponsor.
Yeah.
Like I've tried to have sponsees in the past. Like I'm not, when it comes to AA or 12 steps, I'm like, eat the chicken, spit out the bone. I take what works for me. Because I am more introverted. Like I love people that I fuck with, but I am more like I need to recharge. So like I found my way of being of service is like creating music and being vulnerable, allowing people to see like, oh yeah, if this fool is that fucked up and he's gotten to a better place, like it's possible for me as well. And being able to connect with people through like Instagram and shit like that and just social media, like messages from strangers talking about like, hey, this is my case and I heard you talk about your shit. I'm like, okay, let's try to find you a resource.
Right.
So that has been a way for me to like be of service as well.
You just said something very important, and you had identified that you had found your way to be able to give back, to use your experience to help others, and you found that doing that creatively through music.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember when I first started on this journey of mine and getting out and doing the public speaking thing. Inevitably, I have a lot of people that come up and ask me to be sponsor, and I just let them know it's like, man, that's not my thing. There's people, and there are those people that they know the big book front to back.
Right.
They're in meetings every day. They've been in there for 10 years, and they live to sponsor for people. And they're going to be a way better sponsor for you than I ever could be. Although I've read the big book, I've worked my steps and all that. I found this other avenue of what I could, what I can do. And so I think that anybody to think that that's not, I've had people say like, oh, you're selling yourself short. You're not sponsoring people. Why would I do that to somebody? I want them to get the best sponsor they get. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to be able to do as good a job at him. You know what I mean? So as long as we're able to find our avenue to where no matter what, we're just helping people, whether that's you just going and doing some service work and helping with some chairs or through music or through speaking, any of that, as long as we're able to find our way and channel of it, like to me, that is a win because I've heard way more people walk around and say they heard something, they heard a video, they've heard this, they've heard a song that hits them. I don't hear a lot of people walking around saying, "Oh, I sponsor told me this one time. You know what I mean? It happens, but
Yeah, for sure.
people can get the benefit from anywhere, is what I'm trying to say.
No, 100%. Like, I feel like you have to figure out that is the truth for them.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you're able to sponsor, you're willing to. That's why they say if you're willing and able to sponsor in the meeting, they say raise your hand. You have to be both.
Yep.
Like, and have the time to do so. And if you're not honest with yourself, if I'm like, I'm working full time, I'm doing all this shit, dealing with what I'm dealing with, and my focus is on this journey, I need to be honest with myself and see how I can be of service and what am I good at? How can someone benefit from me? Versus, to me at that point, it would be like an ego thing. It's like, okay, because these people told me I need to sponsor, because that would be the only reason I would be doing it.
Right.
Because someone told me I needed to do it. And like someone did it. I have a sponsor, don't get me wrong. Like I have one that I check in with and shit. But I'm like, I've raised my hand in meetings, but I'm like, my social battery is just like not, like I'm not able, willing, whatever the case is. Like that's just the truth for me.
Especially for creative too.
Yeah.
Especially for creative, because you have to be able to fill your cup to create. You can't be out there creating good shit on an empty cup.
Yeah, and I feel like it's do the service the way that I could do it, and like that's how it so far has been good. Like I've been able to stay sober for the longest stint that I've ever have, and it's like, all right, that works for someone else. Like a meeting every day may work for the next person. For me, one a week suffices.
Yeah,
and I'm good with that.
How long sober you got right now?
Shit, over 2 years now. I haven't counted the days, but since October 18th of 2023.
So in that 2 years since October 18th, 2023, what are some of the monumental highlights that you've been able to kind of live or experience in these past 2 years that obviously as an alcoholic you would have never had, but just to give people a glimpse on what life could look like because 2 years is a blink. 2 years ain't shit.
Yeah.
So just to let people know, like what could the first 2 years of their sobriety look like?
Man, so I've been able to, one of the biggest things for me was trademark my name as Multifaceted Monster.
Official,
you know what I mean? Like that's some shit where I'm like, okay, now it's like, this is me. This
grown
is
up shit right there. You just did something.
Yeah. I was like, versus someone who couldn't even show up for work. Another thing, and it's something that may seem simple, but like hold on to a job for over 3 years.
A good job too.
Like a solid ass job where I'm like, this is a career that allows me to fund my music as well. Like actually have a healthy relationship where we can have disagreements, we can have differences, and still be able to work through shit. Like that's something I would have been like, for the slightest disagreement, I would have been jump ship. Mm-hmm. The slightest irritation, I'm fucking out. I've been able to learn to look at where I fall short, where am I being intolerant, and et cetera. Like you don't get that level of self-awareness and self-reflection by not doing the work. Like, and that came from like doing the steps. It came from therapy. And I'm not saying I'm at all perfect in those aspects either, but just the improvement where they used to call me Black Casper because I would ghost everybody. I would like to ghost everybody, bro. I'm fucking out.
You shouldn't have told me that.
Yeah.
You got a nickname now. I gotta run with that one. Yeah, where's Black Casper at? Yeah, I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah. Clip that. But yeah, it's like now I'm like, okay, like, because you don't get to, it's like going back to what you said, like you get to nourish and water relationships, like and it's not just romantic relationships, but just friendships, business associations and shit. You get to actually, and just friendships. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't necessarily always have to be a beneficial thing for me, just pouring into the people that are also pouring into themselves and pouring into me and just like showing up for it. And it's not always going to be fucking like always happy, always joyful. I was maybe that when I was on drugs. Mm-hmm. And even then it hit its limit. But being able to just be honest and another big thing is like cutting off relationships that are toxic. That seems simple, but that's how a lot of times like I would destroy my shit myself because I would try to bend over backwards and be people pleaser and doormat for everybody to where it would be nothing that I could do for myself or be willing to do, or I feel like I didn't deserve it. And any sort of mistreatment I would just like take and deal with. Versus now where I'm like, no, I fucking deserve a good, healthy relationships. Like I deserve respect. And if you're on some bullshit, we could simply end this shit. But having that confidence that you get from like the self-esteem, I think is the word, And back to the music shit, I've been able to do like collaborations now where coming up soon, I have a collaboration with Austin Carlisle and my homegirl, Dylan Janae. It's a song, the song is actually called Resentment. And it's Austin Carlisle, dope-ass dude, Dylan Janae, dope-ass woman. And like being able to...
For those that don't know who they are, how would they know him?
Austin Carlisle, he's he used to be the part of the band Mice and Men.
Okay.
Is a dope band. He's now doing his own thing, comeback song. He has a band with my homie Rich of Prime Road Studios. They're doing some shit. Dylan Janae, beautiful singer. She I think she hit 19 million on one of her songs, and the name of the song is escaping me right now. I will put it on the comments when you clip this shit or whatever. But both dope artists. Shout out to Rich, Prime Royal Studios. He does all my music. He's seen my journey. He's seen me before when I first got sober, because me and him have been working for like maybe 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw me from the bottom. And he's a huge reason I've got a lot of these connections as far as being able to do music with like Austin and Dose of Adolescence, who they're signed by Brian Welsh from Korn to XO Records. I've been able to do a feature track with them. Shout out to them. They're actually touring right now. Oh, yeah. And it's just been fucking wild where I'm like, it went from just writing a song on a piece of paper in a notebook, like a journal, to like actually being able to do shit where I'm like, it's a festival, festivals and shit coming up, like actually getting paid to do festivals and like put together lineups where I'm like, fuck, like this was just a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was just a kid writing on a fucking notepad to now like, can you put together a lineup for me and I'll pay you X amount of dollars to put together this lineup for this show. And like having the network and the respect to be able to reach out to like several artists like, hey, you willing to show up this time, this date, and then organize a whole show. And like, I couldn't even fucking organize my room. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Active addiction, I wouldn't even shower for days on end. So like that sobriety shit, it can definitely, it's a solid foundation.
Dude, I know just in the time, you know, you've told me vividly, and I've seen some glimpses of what you look like and what you were going through in the past, and your alcoholism and, you know, homelessness, addiction, the whole nine. But just in this little time that I've known you, you know, year or two plus, I've watched you do music videos. I've watched you get in contact with big music artists. I've watched you start working out. I watch you train with MMA fighters. I watch you do content. I watch you get an incredible relationship and woman that you have in your life. Yeah. So just in that time, the things I've seen and the hope that you put out every day with just your videos and when you speak and the meetings you go to and all that kind of stuff, dude, just that journey right there is enough inspiration for somebody to give them that first inkling of like, hey, maybe I should change my life or get sober. Because for you to go from that, dude, to working a tough full-time job to then grinding 24/7 when you're not doing that with the music stuff and the content stuff. And I see you doing shows every other weekend. I see you going around with Wild Card. I saw you perform in the Viper Room. I didn't see it personally. I'm just saying I've watched all these things happen for you and just cheered the whole fucking way. Like you're one of the only dudes I'm like, God damn, this dude makes me feel lazy. This boy's constantly grinding. Constantly. I feel like I'm always doing constantly shit, but every time
you are though, like shit, you inspire me as well. Like you be on your shit. Like there's very few people that I'm like, damn, this fool is on his shit. Like the same way, growing, shooting, filming, content, like podcasts, working out, showing up to do shit, starting the nonprofit, like all of this shit. It's not an overnight thing. Mm-mm. Like it's like blood, sweat, and tears.
I get it now, bro. When on a small level, I'm not saying it, and you know what I mean, but on a small
level. I wouldn't minimize it though, so don't say that.
On a small level, because I understand it to a level, but where people sit there and say like, oh, like you blew up overnight, and it's always the music artist that's like, man, you didn't see the fucking years that it took me to grind. Yeah. Bro, nobody's watched me from every fucking day at 2 a.m. fucking every single day grinding on the computer, editing videos. Yeah. No fucking, there's not a day off. Almost cost me my marriage. Like nobody sees all that stuff because they just see the cool videos that come out from it. But now it's like, now I'm starting to understand where it's like I'm getting to the, you know, long way to go yet, but getting to the point where some things are starting to pay off and stuff like that. And people are just like, oh man, it's just all happening. It's like, motherfucker. If you knew how much Ain't not
That's
one.
when you got to USA.
Ain't not one thing I've done yet has brought in any money. I don't make no money doing this. All it does is go out. But I'm fucking living off hope and a dream and fucking knowing I'm living in God's will. And so that's what keeps me going.
That's real. Definitely hit the nail on the head, living in God's will, because people are always going to have some shit to say. And like you said, they don't see the behind the scenes shit. They see that part and then, I don't know, fucking people are just, it's wild.
So real quick, I just want to touch on something because it was a moment for me, right? So all this movie shit fucking started getting talked about a year ago, and I didn't want to share it with anybody. They were talking about it. We were taking meetings, and so only the very, very close people like you that I even murmur that shit to. Yeah. Just because I was afraid if I ever spoke it out loud, it was gonna jinx it or some shit. Yeah. And so the fact that it all fucking happens and everything like that, but it just so happens that it coincides with y'all coming here. Wow. And I was like, yo, let's fucking go. So y'all, what was it like for you to be able to get off the flight and then immediately drive to set, just knowing from how we met to fucking getting to that day?
Literally the wildest shit, dude. Like it was surreal. Where it was like, damn, like we're really flying to Texas. We came out here to do some shit and it just happened to line up so perfectly. We're filming. We'd love for y'all to be in it. I'm like, fucking say no more. So right off the flight, we stopped at that restaurant, Bubby's, that you were recommended. Or you, Karichi, I think, told me. Yep. We stopped there. We ate. We're like, fuck. I don't know if we should eat so much because we said we're gonna be in a running movie. Or like, I probably shouldn't eat that much because I didn't know how much we were gonna run, but I didn't assume it was gonna be crazy. And we had talked about earlier when he said we ended up running like close to 3 miles or some shit. It was like
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't know if I was mentally prepared for it, but physically, I was like, this is nothing compared to what it's for. And it was just like pull up to just on the scene where you like seeing all these trailers and all this shit, and just like all these people running around, like organizing people, and like, hey, okay, you guys on the set over here, quiet on the set, like. It's just like, damn, like
it got official quick.
Yeah, it was wild, like, and it's just like to have your story shared and just to have a small part in that. Where it's just like, fuck, dude, like the homie really fucking brought this shit to real life.
It's wild.
Yeah,
bro. I say it in every video and everything like that. But the most special, don't get me wrong, cool shit ever. But the fact that I get to get my people in this with me just makes it all that much more. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I said to you the day you guys came, like I've been very, very blessed to sit in a theater and have 300 people watch my story on a documentary. Yeah. Fucking awesome. Right. Didn't think it gets any better in life, but now I've been blessed with an opportunity that if I get to sit with another 300 people that were all a part of the shit, right, and did this with me, and the thing is everybody that's getting involved in it has been part of the journey. Right. You know what I'm saying? The runners are runners. The military people are the military people. The recovery people are actually recovery people. Right. These are people I run with. These are people I work out with. Yeah. Instead of just some random extras in there who I have no idea are. So the fact that they're letting me get my people involved, bro, just makes it that much more.
That's dope. And shout out to the producers and the directors. Shout out to them. I don't know them all specifically by name, but I met a couple of them and a couple of the actors. So shout out to them for like making it, because a movie is no small task to like all that cut and all.
I had no idea.
Dude, that shit.
I had no idea.
Like a music video is like challenging. That's like, I feel like it's like 10 times or 20 times that, like the editing and all that tedious work. It's like when I sit in the studio and I'm listening to like my producer, Rich, like mixing and mastering, and like he has to repeat, loop, repeat. And he'll be on like a fraction of the song. You just imagine like with audio, with a movie, the audio shit is like separate from what's actually going on sometimes. Right. So like they have to shout out. That's all I can say.
Every scene shot multiple times from multiple different angles. Fucking, I don't know. It's the first day I showed up to set. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be awesome, and I sat through a whole day of it and was like, holy fuck, I don't know if I can keep this up every day. It's cool to just pop in for a couple hours, but yeah, man, the fact that this all synced up and God was working again to get you guys in there. So honored for you guys to be here. Honored for you guys to be a part, dude. It couldn't be any better. We only miss our homie Teresa. I wish she could have made it in, but she's very busy in Boston doing big things.
Love you, Teresa. Shout out to her.
All the love to that girl. We wouldn't be sitting here right now if it wasn't for her too.
Real shit.
So what does the future look like for the Multifaceted Monster right now? What do we got coming down the pipeline this year?
Man. So we got 3 songs already. We got the Push remix is going to be dropping May 19th.
Let's go.
That features the homie Noah James. Shout out these from the IE in California. Features Creechy, based out here. And then we got the homie Gremlin, who's out of California as well, out of the OC. That's going to be dropping May 19th. And with that, I feel like I'm on my recovery journey, right? And I feel like the idea of Push was just so like, it was such a short song and so like catchy. But for me, it was like primarily it was about my recovery. But I felt like that idea of pushing, I got people that I fuck with that are not in recovery. Some people could drink and smoke and not crash out and end up on a 5150. So I wanted to like open the song up to be more like inclusive of what you're pushing through. And I feel like everyone has their own journey, whatever they're pushing through. And like that song for me means a lot. And I'm looking forward to dropping that one for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So May 19th. And then the acoustic version of Push is going to be the next month after that, featuring the homie Ken Huffines. Dope artist. It's an acoustic version. You know, it's I think it'll be well received out here in Texas. I know y'all like y'all guitars and shit.
Oh, yeah. They do. They do.
And then the following month after that, we don't have a exact date for it yet, but the song Resentment featuring Austin Carlisle and Dylan Janae. That song is impactful. It's gonna be a powerful one. I think it's gonna hit hard. Definitely a lot of emotion that went into that one. And as far as the rest of the future, man, it's just I try to take it day by day, but also like I'm trying to take it as far as I can. So it's just I continue to push with the shit and just put everything I can into it. So I know it's gonna be awesome, whatever it looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't call it all, but I do have my plans on certain shit. But those are the 3 I could speak on right now.
Good shit. Hell yeah. I'm excited for the remix.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
I'm
man.
excited. I haven't got to hear it yet.
You will.
I need the sneak peek before you go.
Yeah, for sure. You got that.
Is it so when you have something like that, what determines when you're gonna drop the song? Are you still waiting for stuff to be tweaked on it, or it's ready to go and you're just waiting for the date?
With a lot of like the Push remix, as soon as I got it, I just fucking picked a random date. I was like, I'm gonna drop this shit this date. Once I had the master version and finalized, and sometimes, honestly, most of the time it be that I don't be trying to wait a long ass time. Like I try to give myself enough time to gather content and shit, so I could like push it out and like make sure I have the content to follow up with it. So you don't just drop the song snippet like, hey, I got this song out. People want to see some shit, especially in the days of social media. So I try to give myself enough time to just like make content before the drop. But that really is only the determining factor. Because other than that, I don't really have like specific dates. Like I might drop something though on my next sobriety date. Like the next year that comes up when I hit that 3rd year. Shit like that will be like the only time where I'm like, I'm gonna wait till this date specifically.
Gotcha.
But other than that, it just be, I'm like, okay, give myself like a month to be able to prep for it, and fucking once it's done, it's done.
Gotcha. Yeah. Who would you say growing up to right now, just off the top of your head, very quickly, top 5 musical inspirations that built you into who you are today?
Tech Nine will be number 1. I'd say Ice Cube's Hustle. The Hustle. I didn't really growing up, listen to a lot of the gangster rap shit or whatever, but definitely like the being multifaceted from like the music to the films and all that shit like that. E40, he definitely like, I think he's like the Thomas Edison of rap. Another one is Evanescence, the band.
Okay.
Fucking dope. I love just the opera, the fucking beautiful, just like, and it's not even specifically opera because they're not in that genre, but just the, I guess the blend. They will like blend a lot of different shit together. And then Paramore was another one growing up. So those were like, and I still fuck with Paramore to this day.
Okay.
Like it's just different genres of music, different people, but different hustles. But all those people that I named are like, they're passionate. And a lot of them are like business savvy as well. Yeah. Like you already know, like with tech, like the book that I actually got to grab that book that you recommended because that's like a blueprint for sure. But yeah, those are the 5. I named 5, right? Yeah. Okay.
I think all good ones. I got to check out. What's the last one you named?
Paramore?
Yeah, I got to check out Paramore.
Yeah, they're dope. Like I'm going to send you some links and shit to the shit that I specifically started off on. Okay. But they got some newer shit too.
As far as the sobriety journey goes, someone's at home, they're listening to this, and they heard where you were at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just laying down there on a mattress in a bad relationship, 99 banana bottles just surrounding you with nothing but pill bottles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're currently sitting in that. What's your advice for them?
Call someone. Call, whether it's a hotline, whether it's somebody that you know this in AA, somebody that just seems happy. Or go to the fucking emergency room. Honestly, like call 911 if you have to. They'll come get you. But if you try to do this shit alone, you sit by yourself, your mind will definitely lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sure how you fucked up thinking you don't deserve it. You're going to die anyway, like, which death is inevitable, but you don't need to hit the accelerate button for it. But reach out to somebody, and as cliche as it sounds, like there is somebody there that's willing to help.
Mm-hmm.
If people hit me up on Instagram, and I've like strangers that I have never met, don't know, except from seeing images on Instagram. But there's definitely people out there willing to help.
Yeah.
And it's like you got to reach out, find your path so you can get a solid foundation so that you could live whatever the fuck your purpose is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you're going to find that out is if you give yourself a chance. And if you're an addict or alcoholic like me, you need to get yourself some help. Check into a rehab if that's the path. Go to AA if that's the path. Go to CANA, whatever the fuck the path. Go to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Like find a path, because it may not be the 12-step path, but figure out a source of help and give yourself a chance. Try this shit out for at least some time before you say it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then like if it doesn't work, like you always have the option to go back to doing the shit you're doing. So it's not like you're really losing out on anything.
Mm-hmm.
But you could definitely lose your life if you keep fucking around.
Yeah. But every conversation that we have with anybody like this on this show or anywhere else, we all tried to do it ourselves for a while, and it never worked for one of us.
No.
Nobody ever worked. And so reaching out to somebody is the number one biggest thing, because I just had the conversation last week. I did an intervention on a guy and then talked to him 2 days later, and he was, that's a great plan you have, but I think I know what I need. I need this, this, and this. And I'm like, well, bro, if you knew what you needed, we wouldn't even be having this conversation, because you would have been well a long time ago.
Right.
I'm not saying I know it all, but I've been exactly where you were, and this is what helped me get out of that.
Right.
So either take it or don't.
And that's really the end of it. It's like, take it or don't. And then like, hopefully they get to see you continue to grow. But you could just be an example. Like they say, you might be, as much as I hate this saying, they say you might be the only big book somebody sees. I fucking might. So it's like living and being that example. And like, that's why with AA and the program, the 12-step shit, I take that it fucking works.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and try it out. I'm not saying it's the only way, but fucking try it out. Give yourself a chance, because you do get a community of people. And you might have to find different meetings. You're not going to be fucking friends with everybody. But you just find a fucking sponsor, go through that shit, go through that process. I feel like it's impossible not to change if you actually give yourself a chance to thoroughly go through that process. Even if you don't stay with it and sponsor and do everything they say to do, I feel like you give yourself a chance to go through that. Was it the 4th and 5th, I think, are the fucking terrifying steps for people. Just go through the shit. Go through it once and give yourself a chance.
Mm-hmm. Try it out.
Yeah.
Like Tom Segura, try it out.
You tried everything else. You tried coke, tried heroin, tried meth.
Right.
Try this.
Needles in the dick, no problem. What's wrong with this?
See, I don't know if I tried that, but I mean, I know what you're talking about. I don't know if I would do. I mean,
times got tough for me for a while, bro. There wasn't too many rules. There was no man.
Fuck it, hey, man.
If we could find one that works, that's where we
right,
were
that's
going. A little too much information for you.
Yeah.
There's a clip.
Man.
Hypothetically speaking, tonight, you're walking out. You've been training MMA. You're walking out for the UFC Championship of the World tonight. What's your walkout song?
You know it's Push Baby Push.
Oh, it's gotta be.
It got it. What else gotta be?
The original or the remix?
Mm.
Can you get from the entrance to the ring by the time Push is done?
Yeah, if I do a little circle by the original, yes.
Okay.
The remix, I might have to do one lap or two.
All right. Gotta be able to get out there and showboat.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta
Do a
get out there
little
and show.
couple like Shawn Michaels type of shit, show out for be like the Hardy Boys or some shit.
What are your two biggest accomplishments in music so far? Like venues you played, songs you've done, tracks you've been on?
Man.
2 things you're most proud of?
2 things I'm most proud of. One will be being featured on All My People Say by Dose of Adolescence. And the second will be playing at the Viper Room earlier this year in January. Shout out to Kelly McGarry for putting that together, and shout out to Wildcard for plugging me with Kelly. But playing at the Viper Room, I played in the lounge, and coming up July 11th, I will actually be playing on the main stage at the Viper Room this year with my drummer Brandon and my homegirl Dylan Janae. So I'm like, we went in, they liked what I did on the lounge stage, so now it's like the main stage where they usually have the bands and shit, but I'm bringing my drummer, so doing the alternative style. So that's I know that was 3, but that's my 3rd one coming out July 11th. Yeah.
Good shit. Shout out to Wildcard too. We're still waiting to get you to Texas.
Yeah, man. Come on out here, boy.
We need to get him here. He's a busy man too.
He's on tour right now.
Is he touring right now?
He's touring right now,
Good
yeah.
shit.
So he's doing his shit, man. I don't know where he's at right now.
Who's he out with?
I couldn't even tell you.
Madchild? Madchild?
Maybe. I don't want to misquote because I don't want to lie. There's a couple of cats that he's out there with, but I don't remember right now. But he's
I'll
out.
hit him up.
Yeah, but he's I don't know when he's actually supposed to be in Texas or if his tour runs across Texas.
This is another one. This is another tour he's on right now that wasn't the original.
Yeah,
one from months back.
No. This is when he just went on. Like I think March. I think it started.
Okay.
Yeah, so it just started. So it's a different one, probably from the one you're referring to with Matt Shaw, but I don't want to misquote.
Gotcha. So somebody's listening to this at home. They want to tap in Multifaceted Monster. Where's the best places they could find the best parts of Multifaceted Monster? Man,
you can check in with me on Instagram at Multifaceted Monster. I also have my website that'll connect you to everything, multifacetedmonster.com. And with that, you can find, I have one tab that's for recovery resources where I have therapists listed. Underneath all my music and all my merch and shit, there's therapy, there's rehab treatment centers in different states as well. And just because I want my music, my website to be like a hub, because I found recovery through different ways. Mm-hmm. So yeah, multifacetedmonster.com is where you can find everything, whether it's my music, my merch, resources for recovery, for mental health, if you're not in recovery, if it's just mental health, whatever. But yeah, multifacetedmonster.com.
Let's go.
My boy.
Well, bro, you've been one of my best friends since I met you. I love watching you fucking grind, love watching you win, dude. Anything I can ever do to help support you or your mission, dude, say the word and it's done.
You already know. Likewise, man. Love you.
Love you too. Is there anything you want to leave the people with right now?
I am his only black friend. So if he tells the other black people that anything differently, he's fucking liar. I'm just kidding.
It's not true. That's not true.
No, that's it, man. I love you, man. That's it.
One of my favorite black friends for
one
sure.
One of my favorites.
Bro, if you can't joke about race with your friends, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, I fuck around. It's like I don't have because I've dealt with actual racism,
right.
So that's like a different ball game. That's what I get a different response to, but I don't know. I grew up in that era, like we're 80s babies. So
that's all we did in the military. All we did when I was growing up. That's all we did was point it out and laugh about it, and then everybody gets all serious about it. Obviously, real racism.
Yeah, it's different when it's like malice and shit. But like you already know when it's like love and shit, you fuck around with each other and shit. Like some people have different tolerance when it comes to that shit, but it also depends people's experience. Like I could understand if someone who's like recently experienced some shit is less likely to fuck around, or if you don't have that relationship with them. Right. You know what I mean? So like, I get it.
For sure. Got to be careful who you're jumping out in front of.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. Well, bro, I fucking love you. Love watching you grind. Anything I could do ever. Last but not least, the way we like to wrap up the show. Didn't mean to put you on the spot. You already kind of did it when you said, I am his only black friend. But if you take a look in your camera and maybe throw out some I am statements to let the people listening to this know who you truly are.
For sure. I am healthy. I am healing. I am here for you. I'm here for myself. I am human. I am multifaceted.
Let's go. Done deal. Love it, bro. Love you, man.